There are periods in life where time stands still, and others where one blink transports you to a month into the future and you leave asking, what happened? And next thing you know, weeks have gone by and you feel that you have gotten nothing done. Brad will be here in less than 12 hours and we're finishing up the final touches. Alan's working on the laundry. Done. Since we posted our last vlog, we have had to adjust to being back on friendship.
Good morning. It is 4 o'clock in the morning. This is what jet lag looks like.
We got more boat jobs completed than we had ever imagined, and because of the holiday break, we now have Avalon back on board with us. Cartagena, Colombia has been really good to us and is a place we will never forget.
So we're getting our fender covers done, and whoa! This is what it looks like.
But now it's time to leave because we have our sights set on exploring more of this great planet by sea. Join us as we head back out on the open water, realizing why living on a boat is so incredible. I really get really cranky when we're in a marina, and I'm sure towards the end of this time, I was saying to everyone I met, I hate the marina. I hate marinas. Thank you to our patrons whose support make these episodes possible. Today is a very special day, and I am super excited to share it with you guys. I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, what is going on?
When you guys watch this, it's gonna be as if we just vlogged yesterday, but it's been, how long has it been since we've shot a vlog, Will?
At least a month and a half.
At least a month and a half, and I think we're a little rusty. But we've got some amazing things, but we're gonna I'm gonna tell you kind of a little bit about the story. Underway, guys, we're going for a sail, and then we'll fill you in on all the details that have occurred over the last 3 months. Mr. Air Conditioner, who I don't know. We haven't decided if we're getting rid of it or not, but it is going to go to Panama with us. And they've had something crazy goes wrong, and we have to go into a marina because you never know on a boat. For a month, I want to make sure we have this AC. This was the best $50 we have ever spent. It doesn't work perfect, but it takes the edge off. And as you can see, I've got like a sweat mustache right now. It's so damn hot here. Here I thought Largo wasn't really doing much besides eating, and Avalon's out here. Guys, Avalon's back. She quit college.
I did. I just said enough.
So how does it feel to be back to normal?
It's so hot.
It's so hot. It's so hot.
I'm used to like 20 degrees in Pittsburgh.
You guys,
I'm dying.
Avalon goes to school where there's snow.
The first night, I thought like I was having heart palpitations or something.
I said to Avalon, it's really hot here. Like, we haven't experienced heat like this except when we were in India, and she was really little. So she's like, I can take it. I really want some warm weather. And she was here for 5 minutes and was like, I'm dying.
Have we get the lines?
Yeah.
All right, Jess, you doing okay over there?
Yeah.
All right. Laura, how you doing over there?
Good.
All right, so we are now departing ourselves from Colombia. We're not necessarily departing, actually we're leaving just Cartagena because we're going on a journey for overnight. We're going to a set of islands called the Rosario Islands, and they're about 15 miles south from where we are, and we're gonna go there and basically spend one night.
So Will takes care of that. I am enjoying the fact that we are now going to be going back on anchor. My favorite place in the whole wide world. So you guys, see that boat right there? We were on the end of that dock. This marina is a bit of a, I don't like to be negative, but it's a bit of a hot mess. And they moved us. They gave us, basically said, you have to move your boat now. Someone else needs your spot. And we were in the middle of our work day, so we said, can you give us a couple hours? So they gave us about 2 hours, but then they put us out over there at the end of, sorry, my hair's on my face, at the end of the dock, and it was insane. We were just like, whoo! And to be honest, I could have tolerated it, but Will over there, princess. Right, Will? Nothing. So when they moved us to a different spot after that, they moved us right by the fuel dock, and there was a whole issue, and because they didn't know what they were doing, it's a long story, but we almost hit another boat because there was an emergency, like, get out of here, and we thought, what the hell, what's going on? And there was a miscommunication in their office, and drama. Anyway, yeah, it was not the best situation, definitely the most disorganized marina. People that worked here were very nice and everything, but it was a bit of chaos. Anyway, let's move to happier thoughts, like going on anchor. I got these glasses for Christmas and I love them, but here's the problem, I sweat and they fall down. I think there's a way you can tighten them. Someone help me out. How do I tighten these? I think you just push the nose things together, right? Goodbye, Cartagena.
All the way?
Yeah.
How much higher do you want it?
Over the last couple of months, we have been able to call ourselves several things. A traveling family, yes. A liveaboard family, yes. But a sailing family, not so much. We spend time in marinas mostly out of the pure necessity. In the case of Cartagena, we had a ton of work to get done, and we had to have a place to keep friendship while we hosted our group trip in Morocco. Having easy access to land for the holidays is nice as well. But getting friendship in the open water is always the goal. It felt so satisfying to be moving again.
I could wonder why I am even talking to you when nothing is to become. It's trouble and then some. You live halfway around the world.
So this feels so unbelievably amazing how to be on anchor. We have not been on anchor since the last day of July 2022. So it's been almost 6 months, 5 months since we've been on anchor. And I'm totally just gonna jump in the water. Well, I may get out of this clothing, but an Avalon's already here. Yay! All right, so one of the things that we've felt so far about the sail is that, well, we're a little out of practice. We basically just showed up at the anchorage at the last second. It's like, whoa, we're here. Let's go ahead and get everything all set up. Anchor, bridle, so forth and so on. So we got to get a little more in tune with our regimen of like, whoa, we're like a mile away. Let's all wake up and do stuff. We were like basically 0.25 miles away. So all that being said, look where we are. This is called Isla Grande, Big Island, and we're in the Rosario Islands here in Colombia. We're about 15 nautical miles from Cartagena, where we started. So all that being said, our first sail is a success. We're going to enjoy ourselves and reward ourselves because we have a little pizza maker. We're gonna make pizza tonight. Yeah, who knew that a boat can have a pizza maker? How you feeling, Avalon? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm excited to not be in 100-degree weather and only be in 95. But hey.
That's only because it's like 5 p.m. Wait till
Don't
tomorrow.
ruin my bubble, Mom. I'm surviving here.
Avalon, just think on campus, it's like 22 degrees.
I know. And here it's like 15 times that amount. Not really, but hey.
It feels really good to be on anchor. I really get really cranky when we're in a marina, and I'm sure towards the end of this time, I was saying to everyone I met, I hate the marina. I hate marinas, hate marinas. Like all that girl does is complain. But there was a point. Later, we're gonna tell you everything we've done on the boat in the last couple months, but the shining star, the most important reason we stopped for just a couple of weeks, which ended up a couple of months, are these babies.
Which ordinarily does not take this long to get done, a couple months, however.
Yeah, there was some other life stuff and boat stuff and stuff.
When you uncover the darkness underneath the electrical panels, you realize there's things that have to be done.
Yes, and they are absolutely beautiful, and I think that Will should probably talk about them just because you know more about this than I do.
But that's after we jump in the water.
That sounds good. You don't do this in Pittsburgh.
Ah, shit, that hurt! Oh my god! I still got it. Oh god, my stomach. Oh.
Do you remember how to do this?
It does feel a little bit foreign. So
It's been like 6 months.
It's been a while. Ready?
The kid said there's jellyfish in there.
Is there?
Yeah, so be careful.
Yeah, they are.
Where?
They're small. They won't hurt.
So what they're doing over there is they're gonna dive the anchor just to make sure it's really in there solid, and I'm going to watch from above to make sure no motorboats come by and get close to them, because there are not quite a few, but they're going pretty fast through here.
When I'm walking on a breeze, I got no enemies. I just do what I please. Yes, sir. I ain't got no things, no money, no means. Just a wind in the wings. Yes, sir. I got my feet on a cloud and I won't come down.
How's it going?
Huh?
Is it stuck in the anchor?
Slightly.
Slightly? Uh-oh. That's not good news.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling nice. The water is very, very, very warm. Like not like 100 degrees too warm. Probably like a solid 80 degrees.
It's like super perfect, isn't it?
This is the perfect, like, yes, this is perfect.
Oh my gosh. Seriously?
We need a ladder.
And Avalon, you missed out. Avalon, you missed out on all the new upgrades. Look at this, a new galvanized chain.
It's very shiny.
It's very shiny chain, isn't it?
Shiny chain.
It looks very good. I think we can see like fish coming up to it thinking it's shiny.
Yeah.
I got my feet on the cloud and I won't come down.
Open air, side by side we sway there in all the colors. Summer love.
Good morning from Isla Grande. We're just waking up here, and it is absolutely spectacular. Look at this. We had the most amazing night's sleep last night. There was no swell. There was no nothing. It was calm. There was no wind. It's like we were meant to be here. Check this out. We're here actually on anchor, which is where we want to do. But there's a guy over there. He's over there. He's on a mooring buoy. And when I woke up this morning, his anchor was actually not his anchor. His boat was actually like bumping up against the mooring buoy, and now he's actually just moving backwards a little bit. That's the reason why mooring buoys kind of like stink, because if they're not exactly like floaty, then they can actually harm your boat. So he thought I just hope his boat's okay. That's number one sort of rule for putting on an anchor. Always do the anchor if you can. Mooring buoys, you can't always trust them, especially big metal ones like that. But yesterday late when we got here, we couldn't exactly see what this whole area was because we were just too excited to get in the water. Look how clear the water is. It's actually quite nice. You don't get to see that just before the sun goes down. You only see like just a little bit. But look at this around here. It's all like tiki huts. There's some houses. You hear some chickens in the background. This is the place that I would like to spend a week if I could. We can't because we're going to Panama. Hopefully we're going to see more like this, but just not here.
As we said before, we had a decent amount of work done while in Cartagena. Instead of showing the installation of everything, we're going to show you the highlights of the things that are going to make our lives that much more comfortable.
So here in the boat we did, well, the list is actually too long to actually go through in this entire video because I think that can be its entire video in itself.
Well, the point was we were just coming here for solar, right?
We were just coming here for solar, and then all of a sudden it's like, wait, what about this? Wait, what about that? And I've talked about that before, but let me just rattle off the highlights of the things we got done. Our gas over here, we run on propane, which we don't like, but we have to live with it because we don't have enough battery and solar and everything else, even with our upgrade to go ahead and take care of living off induction cooking.
And money. We don't have enough money for that.
And money for that. Is that our gas levels were actually quite low because we switched from butane to propane. And so we had someone in, a gas expert, to come in and just adjust the levels, because the one thing that I will not mess with is two things. I won't mess with 220 AC power, and I won't mess with gas. So we had someone come in here and fix it all up, and now we can sort of cook just fine. Coming out this way, our refrigerator was broken, kind of. It wasn't closing all the way. We had a fix-it guy come in here and sort of reattach everything and make sure it's working all right, and it's working okay for the moment. He actually used glue, so whether it lasts forever or not, I don't know. Moving right ahead. Actually, let's go in here.
Wasn't there something in here? Oh, we got these railings. Did you talk about the railings in
We got railings.
Old person railings.
These were not. They're not old person railings. They're for when you're underway and you feel like you're not feeling 100% secure. You can grab on these and you're going to be all right. I don't use them honestly when we're not underway. I just don't, because I don't want to be called that person who needs the railings. All right, in here, in Largo's room. we got, and this is something that is in every room. Come on in. You're okay.
I'm coming.
We got now fans in every single room. Before we had little USB fans. Now we have, well,
Serious ones.
serious fans that just broke.
It broke?
No, I just gotta screw this back in.
Oh.
But we have now wired in fans for every room. Largo has one. Jessica and I have two in our room, and that is now, it's been a game changer because now we can also still use our USB fans, and it gives us like double help. In Largo's closet, we put more shelves inside to help out the situation. We had a carpenter on board. It was awesome. We have in here now a gas detector system. And what this is because we were kind of skeptical whether that we smelled diesel fumes inside the gas room. I don't think we did, but there was a bit of a concern. So we just put one in there just to make sure that nothing bad is happening. Going up the list right over here.
Wait, didn't we do something over here too? We added it on. Didn't we modify this?
Oh yeah. We added on for safety as well because we have a propane sensor here inside. Now we put a propane sensor as well where the gas tanks are. So if there's a leak at the gas tank, we will be 100% sure that we're capturing it the moment it happens. So far they haven't gone off. All right. In here in the saloon, we've got, it looks like nothing's changed. Well, the big thing that's changed over here is, for the most part, is behind
the electrical room.
Behind the electrical room, which is where we now added in all of our new charge controllers for solar. This is now a setup for every solar panel, except for the two in the back, have their own isolated solar charge controller, which is helping us to go ahead and make sure that we utilize every ounce of solar power that's coming in. Back here as well, just it's been all upgraded. We have new wiring. We have one other thing that I'm not going to get into yet, but I'm super excited to talk about. It's a security system, but that's going to be later.
Who did we get that security system from?
From Barnacle.
Barnacle. We'll talk about this more, guys.
Yeah.
We love this so much.
In here, we've talked about the table. Well, we have now the ability to store our computers in here. It's awesome. Plus, check it out, a little cubby for pencils. We have a cubby on this side. We have another cubby over here. We can store 4 computers in this space right over here, which is fantastic. And it basically looks like it came with a table, which is outstanding for us because the last thing we want to do is feel like it just got bolted on and there you go, a piece of plastic. This was done by a carpenter who was awesome here in Colombia. Okay.
So some of the things we did, guys, was just to make our life a little more convenient and didn't cost much for the equipment. And I think this is another one of those favorite things.
This is one of my favorite. We now have a water meter for our water. Before we actually had to go inside, look inside where the water tank was, and there was like a float going on, and we'd have to dig our head in there and see where it was. Now we have this little water meter here, which is helping us not have to dig our heads in there, because sometimes you store things up on top. Down here on the port side, we actually converted Avalon's closet. I know, she's still a part of the family, but she's not a part of the boat all the time, so...
And we did add an extra shelf in her cabin, which is now Centuries, but it's for Avalon too.
Right, but now we have all these shelves in what used to be a wardrobe closet, and this is storing all of the equipment, everything we use for recording, for the podcast that's yet to come. Avalon still has one part of the shelf, so there's a little bit of a tribute to her, because she still comes back, like she's here right now, but this is everything between audio, video, and GoPro stuff. And I know we touched about this yesterday when we were recording, but this is honestly the biggest part of why we came to Cartagena, was to get this part done. Before here, we had 450 watts of panels back here, and now we've upgraded two 410 watt panels. So all in all, within the boat, we have the capacity to make 1400 watts of solar. I think our 2 solar flexible panels up front are starting to die, so those may need replacing, but we included the new structure, and then before this was all wiring. We had just a wire going from here to here. Now we've actually put stainless steel poles all the way through to give ourselves a little bit more structure, and now because of that we can put all of our jerry cans back here as well. So we're going to be a little back heavy when we're all loaded up, but as we go on the passage and we use up all of our water cans, we're going to balance ourselves out a little more. And I'd rather be more back heavy than front heavy. So all that being said, this was a major upgrade for us. And because now we are only 3 and not 4, and eventually we'll be 2 when Largo leaves the nest, we sometimes struggle to get the outboard engine up. We don't have a good halyard from back there that can help us put it up, so we put up here just an anchor pulley. An outboard pulley, so we can just lift it up. It's actually pretty ingenious. It's gonna roll back and forth from here, and it's gonna set itself back here. And this engine needed a big overhaul as well, so this got updated as well. Last on the list, which is something that Jessica does not love, but I find as useful, is we put solar panels here on the wings.
I don't like them. I think they look awful.
They-
I'm a little bit about aesthetics, guys.
They're not the most pretty things on the world, but they do help. These were two of our old panels that we had back in the old structure. They were brand new when we bought them, so a year and a half old, so they're still great panels. We didn't want to get rid of them. So here they are, and they have their own isolated solar charge controller, so they all work independently, which is great because sometimes there's shade on one side, not on the other. And as a selfish note, one of my favorite upgrades that we've done is Starlink. We've had the Starlink on board the boat for the last 3 months, but we just had it now professionally mounted. So it's gonna have a home here. I know that it may cause some shading issues as the sun goes down. I'm willing to live with that because we couldn't find a better place. The glory about this boat is that it's small. It can fit in really just unique places and doesn't have a really deep draft or anything else, but it's also kind of small inside as well. So we had a hard time figuring out what was the best place for Starlink to go, and this was it. So far it's worked magnificently, and I can't wait to see how much further it's going to take us.
I think about having t-shirts made that say, "My partner loves Starlink more than me." Would anyone else want one of those? Will loves to talk about Starlink. And listen, no Wi-Fi, no working, no school, no travel, no boat. That is how it is for us, right? We're not independently wealthy, we're not retired, none of that mumbo jumbo. But it's so funny how connected he is to her and how much relationship they have. Is anyone else experiencing this with their Starlink?
All that being said, it's been a lot of work here. We're very excited to move on to another country. We're very sad that we didn't get to see Colombia more, to be honest with you. It's one of those things that, you don't get to always see everywhere that you do go, but everywhere you do go, you get something done. So on to our next adventure, which is going to be Panama.
To dovetail off what Will was saying, I was really upset in Colombia because I was craving intense culture after being in Europe for so long, which has a great culture, but it became very familiar. And then after being in the Caribbean, which has its own culture, but not like deep and rooted enough for what I'm desiring and what I've had over the last 8 years. So I was a little depressed in Colombia saying, I want to get all this work done and everything, but I feel like we haven't experienced a culture. And Will said, in some places we get to see the beauty and the sights and the things that everyone goes to see. And in other places we really get to live like locals. And that's what World Towning is all about, is immersing in local culture. And this was a different type of immersion in local culture because this was really, it's like the third time we've stopped for several months and had work done on the boat, but this time, the other time was France and in Portugal, this time felt like we really connected with the local cultures. The guys that were working on the boat, some of them were on the boat for 2.5 months with us, so they really became family. They had meals with us. Will shared a drink with them in the evening, and it felt like a different type of connection to the culture. I still wish we could have seen more, but I still am happy that we had some sort of connection to the culture, if that makes sense. Cute. I mean, I like it. It's really good craftsmanship, but it doesn't work for the...
It's got to be changed a little bit.
I'm sure that this is probably the first time she's done anything like this.
Right.
I find all the good places. You come hang out with me, and I'm going to show you where you can get awesome craftsmanship by amazing women. Youngest
Merry
first.
Christmas, Century.
Spam from Auntie Avalon.
And there's a lot going on here. We have what we see here in this room was the other side of the room which we had done the other week. The whole structure where this sort of paneling, this sort of fabric, I don't even know what to call it. This sort of call it vinyl-ish has been falling down, and so it's being re-glued on.